Hey, Sagittarius. So I just heard like the beginning of this really like old song. This is serious. Something about the 80s. That was an 80s song, but as soon as I hit the record button, that's what I heard. This is serious. But I didn't hear it in a serious manner. It was like in the beginning of the song. So to me it was like not serious, but it's telling me that this is serious. So whatever this message is, maybe this is serious or you're dealing with a serious matter in your life. But 8:24 p.m. About to vomit, already did. Burning sensation in throat and nasty taste in mouth. Circling back. Meant to write block. Circling back, circling the block, driving in circles. Lost. Literally and figuratively. But stubborn, insistent, you know the way. Prideful, ignorance, whoa, wow. Better off alone. Somehow still stay. See the truth. See the way out, yet still stayed. Thinking all you needed. In reality, you need way more than I am willing to give. Not that I can give, but what I am willing to give. It costs too much. You are expensive, not in money or cash. Cost too high. Risk outweighs the reward. Backfire. Plan. Car. Whatever. Back to the bars. Back to the streets. Stink. Got sprayed by a skunk. Can't get the smell off. Spiritually, metaphorically speaking. Tried to hide it. Sweep mess up and stuff it in the closet with your skeletons. But now all falling out and all started with a toenail. Yo. If that isn't some cryptic shit, Sag, what the fuck is that? Like, I know I wrote it, okay? I don't like, that's the thing about channeled writings. I go back and read these things and I'm like more surprised probably than y'all are. Because y'all live this shit. Like, to me, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, alright, so, about to vomit, already did, burning sensation in throat, nasty taste in the mouth. So somebody did something that left you with a nasty taste in your mouth. Maybe you got into an argument with somebody, some beef happened, you went out and got drunk, threw up. Then circling the block, circling back. So for some of you, this is at the bar, you get into some shit, you want to circle back. You want to go back. Or some of you, this is you circling the bars and you want to go back to that one bar, so you circle back. For some of you, it's someone circling the block or you want to circle the block. And if that's the case, if it's a person and you end up circling the block or that person circles the block and you end up entertaining them, you're going to be driving in circles. Much like I was just speaking in circles. Somebody is really prideful and ignorant, very insistent that they know best, and they're lost. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like this is you, Sag. For some of you, it's somebody you're dealing with. Whoa, wow. Better off alone. This is the part where I feel like it's you. You're better off alone. And the prideful ignorance, I feel like that's somebody else. That could be you, though, because you're stubborn as fire sign, but in the same. Better off alone, but somehow still say. You see the truth. You see the way out, yet you still stayed thinking that was all you needed. But in reality, you need way more than I am willing to give. So, it sounds like somebody's telling you this. And you're like, whoa, wow. They're telling you that they're better off alone. And that somehow you still say you see the truth. You see the way out, yet you still think you still stayed with them. Thinking that they were all you needed. But in reality, you need way more than they're willing to give. Not more than they can give you, but more than they're willing to give. It costs too much. You're too expensive and not in money or cash. The cost is too high. The risk outweighs the reward. So it's like, to fuck with you, to fuck with this person or to fuck with you, this person would get hurt. Like their heart, their peace, whatever the cost is too high. The risk outweighs the reward. So then I got backfired as in a plan or a car. Somebody's plan backfired or their car backfires. Or you hear a car backfired when I read this to you and you knew that's the confirmation because you were thinking about a specific person. Back to the bars, back to the streets. That's back to that I'm about to vomit, I already did. So maybe this is both of you. Somebody tells you this and they go back to the bar, go back, you give them back to the streets. They have a stench on them that they can't seem to get off. Or you have a stench on you that you can't seem to get off spiritually or metaphorically. But it seems to be the person tried to hide it, sweep mess up and stuff it in the closet with your skeletons. But now it's all falling out. So I think that that's where the stench is coming from everything, the mess that you swept up and put in the closet and tried to bury with your skeletons. And it all started with a toenail. I mean, that's kind of weird, creepy, and cryptic all at the same time. But it could be like one of those press-on toenails. Some of those girls get their toes done too, not just their nails. And like they put fake nails on their toes. It could be something like that. It could be something like a toenail clipping. Somebody's like, whose toenail is this? It's not yours. It's not mine. I don't know who's inspecting fucking toenails. I don't know. But it all started with a toenail. Maybe the toenail was peeking out of the sock. I don't know. But that just sounds nasty. Sag, I'm going to just give it to you straight. If somebody's toenail is sticking out their sock, that's nasty. That's not well taken care of. Like, that's not well groomed. It's not clean. It's just all the way nasty. And everything in this reading, like, not in the reading because I haven't even pulled any cards, but everything in the channel messages was gross. I'm going to name this reading gross. Well, so far, hopefully something better will come out of this madness. I think that if you're dealing with a situation like that, truthful and honest, air it all out, clean it all out. You know what I mean? The entire thing, the entire closet, the entire situation, the entire friend group, whatever it is, clean it all out, air it out. The entire issue between you and someone else, whatever it is, air it all out. And if you're not willing to air it all out, then step aside, remove yourself. There's no, it's like, you're going to get in a fight with somebody, right? Say you get in an argument. You at the bar, you at the club. Somebody steps on you. You say you step on somebody by accident. They give you a stank ass, what the fuck? And you say, I'm sorry, but they still give you a stank ass face and a stank ass reaction. So then you're like, well, fuck you, bitch. And y'all get into an argument, right? If you're not willing to fight, then you shouldn't be in a club in an argument with somebody. When the person says, fuck you, bitch, and you should just leave it like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not willing to fight, then you shouldn't be arguing with somebody. It's like that. Air it out. If you're not willing to air it out, clear it out, move along. I had already pre-shuffled, Sag. And I pray and I pre-shuffle together before I start the video. Oh. I smoke, I curse, I speak of and reference God because that's who I believe in and I pray to. And there will be noise in the background of my videos. So if any of those things are a problem with you, click the little X on the top right corner and go find yourself a more suitable reader. If you choose to stick around, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sure you'll find something in this reading for you if you haven't already. Because I forgot to give you my disclaimer at the very beginning. I was just getting garbage pail kids. Gross, like, because I was thinking of the title. I told you I was going to name this video Gross. And then I was thinking gross, like, garbage pail kids. In terms of, like, from Cabbage Patch Kids to Garbage Pail Kids. You know how the Cabbage Patch Kids were all clean and, you know, and then the Garbage Pail Kids were all slimy and gooey and gross. It's kind of like that. From Cabbage Patch Kid to Garbage Pail Kid. Maybe that's how a person, place, or situation is before and after you. With you, they were the Cabbage Patch Kid. And after you left, they're now the Garbage Pail Kid. Like I said, person, place, and situation. Person, place, or situation. Placing. Complacent. Something about you falling in line. But not really, though. Like, somebody may have wanted you to be complacent, but you're not. Complacent about your placement. Complacent about your placement. I gotta write that because, again, complacent about your placement. Gross was before that. Cabbage Patch Kid to Garbage Pail. Sorry, Sag, but when it comes, like, when the title comes, you gotta write it. Well, I don't know about other people, but I gotta write it because I'll forget it. And then I'll be, like, halfway done with the reading, or I'll be all the way done with the reading and be like, fuck, I had a perfect title. What was it? That's because I was supposed to write it down. Pardon me, Sag. This Sagittarius needs to know in July. What is the focus? Give us the first card to be the focus of month 3, the energy. And then the remaining 6. Let us know what a Sagittarius needs to be. No. Please give Sagittarius some clear and concise messages sent by you, God, meant for their greatest good. There's 3 there. There's 2 keys for Sagittarius. I don't know, I feel like that one, even I don't never have a card there, but I feel like the way that landed there, crossing that one has to stay there. I have to read that, whatever that is. All right. Alright, so at the center of the reading we have disappointment and, like, cutting something out, like having you get fired. Because I said that because it's like, if it is you get fired, it's like a family business or some place that you've worked for a long time, like a mom and pop business that they're like your family. But it's like you get cut out of a family or work situation and you're disappointed behind it, or you had to cut out a family member or someone from a work situation. Like maybe you're a boss and you had to cut out, maybe you're a business owner and you have a family member who works for you and you had to fire them. It's something along those lines. It's something that something gets cut out and you're disappointed as a result. Feels like a job, like 8 to 10. could work 8 to 10 hour shifts at your job. But there's something that was dead, and you're like separating the wheat from the chaff. And you're bundling up the wheat, and you're burning the chaff. And maybe you're disappointed because so much wheat got caught up in the chaff. It's something like that. Recent past, you went on a trip. Could have been a cruise. Could have been, you just hopped on a flight and went somewhere near the beach, near the ocean. But something about you taking a trip overseas. Like, not overseas as in international, but over a body of water. So it could have been you travel from New Jersey to New York City and you went over the fucking George Washington Bridge because it's over a body of water. You know what I mean? But there's some kind of travel. And on this trip or travel, you on this drive, because it seems like for some of you it was a drive. If it was something like simple, like local like that, it was definitely a drive. And on this drive, you were able to, it's like a trip you took alone. So maybe it was a business trip, you were traveling for business or something, but you were traveling and you traveled alone, and you were able to cut out the world and be in your head and just think and be with yourself and with your own energy. And it unlocks some I was gonna say it unlocked some information for you, but it didn't unlock some, it enlightened you is what I was looking for. You enlightened yourself. You had like an epiphany, an aha moment. It was like maybe you had a near-death experience when you were driving. It was like a come to Jesus moment where you realize, like, there's a lot of things going on in my life that I need to cut out. There's a lot of things that I need to change. I need to end and start new. 6 and 22. 6 and 22. That sounds like highway routes, like driving routes. 6 and 22, route 6 and 22. Whatever that is, wherever that is, I don't have a freaking clue. Blues Clues is what I just heard when I said that. But it's like little tidbits of information, little tidbits of information leading you to this trail. Maybe that's how it felt when you were taking this trip. The more you traveled along the road, like the more synchronicities that you're seeing, the more tidbits of information, the more downloads you got. That's what it seems like. It seems like so maybe this wasn't a trip, maybe this was a situation. As the situation unfolded, you were able to discover more and more and more information. It revealed itself. This is like getting to know somebody and thinking that they're dope, and then you get to know them, and then you find out like they have like different morals or values than you, like the core morals and values, and you realize like, damn, as cool as this person is, we can't be friends. Like that's not in alignment with the kind of person that I would be friends with. But in the recent past, there's some information that you came upon, either while traveling, alone, for business or whatever, or on your own little journey. There was some enlightenment, some information. Your intuition started tingling, your little spidey senses and shit. And you were like given this information about what needs to change in your life and in the past, on what people in your family were doing wrong, and how maybe you were brought up in a way that is not in alignment with the person that you want to be. So maybe you were brought up with people who have a poverty mindset. And so you were never given the tools to not have a poverty mindset, to not be lacking. You're always in survival mode as a result. This is you finally realizing that, wait, I don't, just because that's what I was taught doesn't make it right. There's a fight, family fight, somebody dies, or there's a funeral here or something. That's why you're disappointed. This is somebody like, could be an elder, an ancestor, or somebody that you love deeply. My condolences. This could be a sibling, a twin. One of you is a water sign and one of you is an earth sign. That might be Irish twins where you're a year apart. Y'all could have been twins that were born in the year 78. 1978. Something about page number 107 and 108 in the book that you're reading. You're going to be given some kind of synchronicity or a sign about an ending and a new beginning on page 107 and 108 in the book you're reading. On page 108, it's what you need to cut out. On 107, it's how it's hurting you, how it's affecting you in your heart, in your emotions, and how you feel. So 108, it's how it's physically affecting your physical world and your manifestations in the 3D. And on page 107 is something about how it's affecting your heart, your emotions, and how you love in the future. And this is current. Some of you are born in 78, even if you're not twins. This is somebody that you're mirroring. You can be, you can have a sibling who's like a year apart from you, and y'all very similar, but you have differences, you know, but you're very similar, and y'all just bump heads and bump heads. Something about October 10th, October 7th through 10th, and a truth being revealed. And it was a fucked up truth. And I'm right on point when I say that. There was a fucked up truth revealed. And it leads to a fight. That somebody almost died, but luckily for you, it could have been something like that. Like you were driving, you got into an accident, you got into a road rage, whatever. And you almost could have killed somebody. You could have been drunk driving and almost could have killed somebody. But by the grace of God, you didn't. They didn't die. Number 377 and 378 are significant. For some of you, that trip that you took was like the best thing. It rejuvenated your mind, body, soul, and spirit. It was the best thing you could have done. It was like you needed that time to clear your head, to get the information, to reroute you, to redirect you, to realign you with God's purpose for your life. And you needed that trip. You needed that trip to give you the information to be able to live a long and healthy life, and to be able to avert whatever this conflict is. Because there's something here right at the heart of the center of this matter is trying to... It's family. It's family. There's like a family quarrel, family beef, family, some kind of shit with a family. And it's a fight, and it's a fucking disaster, and it's traumatic. And so maybe there's a death in the family, and then there's the fight. I don't know. But something about this trip and the information maybe you have like a resolution for the conflict at hand. Maybe you're able to avoid the disappointment in the future. Maybe you're able to avoid things getting worse. Maybe you guys are already at odds and haven't spoken, like your parent passed years ago and your sibling and you haven't spoken. There's something that brings you guys full circle, and where you're in somebody in your face, and like you're face to face. And when you're face to face, like one of you offers an apology and the other one may have wanted to keep things going, so internally they're like slightly disappointed, but they know in their heart they're supposed to accept the apology and come together. They know, like, if this is a parent who died and these are children who are at odds, they know that their parent wouldn't want them to be fighting right now. And there's something about 1977 and 1978. So that could be the year that I was born. Ones and zeros are significant from computer code, but the number 111 is significant. For some of you, you are supposed to be getting honor and recognition for some achievement that you've made. And like you're supposed to be recognized, and somebody like causes a scene, shows their ass, makes you look bad, something, but they ruin it for them. It's like going to a wedding and making it about you instead of the bride and the groom. It's like that energy. Somebody does that to you. This is also you traveling with somebody that you were like intimate with and you were dating and it was going well and you thought like, you know, and so you guys go on a trip together and you discover and you're fucking disappointed because you're like, there's no way I couldn't live with this person. And maybe the person has a wandering eye, is what I just heard. And this person like has been around your family and has everybody believing that they're a good person or a good match for you, but meanwhile they like still out here in these streets. They might want you to be there to block their karma. If this has to do with the spin the block energy, this is somebody who wants to spin the block because they think that being associated with you is gonna cover them from feeling their karma. I guess maybe in the past they betrayed you and you dealt with them still, and because you were still around them in their vicinity or dealing with them, God didn't really like unleash, or they felt like every time you were around they had good luck, and when you weren't around they were getting their karma for the shady shit that they did to you. So now they're trying to spin the block again so that way they can avoid getting their karma. You'll block it for them. Your good luck, your good energy, your good love. This is somebody who tried to keep you a secret. Because they were taking all the information that you gave them and going and spreading it like it was their own. Like they were the smart one. If you find that out, you're going to confront this person. Whoever did some shady shit to betray you, you're going to find out, you're going to confront them, and you're going to be surprised by their reaction. How indifferent they are, how they don't give a fuck, how they double down on their shady shit. And this is somebody that you did cover, you did look out for, you did pray for, you did take care of. And they still did you dirty. And then looked you in your face and doubled down on it like, yeah, and maybe they turn around and be like, you deserved it because of X, Y, and Z. And you are going to flip the fuck out. Yeah, you can flip out on this person. And you can retaliate. But if you let God handle the situation, the tower that he brings to this person ruins their whole life. It is nowhere near the little minuscule shit that you were able to do. It's like, yeah, you're powerful. Imagine how powerful God is. He's the one who gave you your power. There's something about 6, 7. You know how the kids be like 6, 7. There's something about that. In between 6 and 7, lightning's gonna strike. Lightning being the surprise, the tower. In between 6 and 7, this all comes to an end. In between 6 and 7 could be 6 and 7 p.m. a.m. could be June and July. In between 6 and 7, lightning strikes. This is like you getting the information before you commit to somebody that they're a cheater. And you get the information and you're disappointed by it, but you don't cut them off and you deal with them anyway, only for them to cheat on you and steal like something from you and give it to their person that they cheated with. Like, steal your pride, steal your dignity. I heard Whitney Houston, Greatest Love of All, just now. I started to hear her singing that song when I was discussing what they would be stealing from you. Your greatest love of all. You already expressed your love to this person and they took it for granted. They wanted distance. 1377, that could be somebody's building number or the last four of their phone number. This betrayal for some of you with family, the betrayal is over money. So maybe you were taking a trip to go visit an out of town property that you have with your family. Like, say your parents died years back and they left you a house. And you and your siblings have been managing the house. And one of you lives closer than the rest. And this is like one of the ones who lives further away coming to check on the place and finding out that the shit is in foreclosure. It's not taken care of. It's run down. They're running it like a trap house, whatever. Throughout this whole thing, you have the Spirit. You have the Holy Spirit with you. You have the, I was going to say the Spirit of God, which would be the Holy Spirit. You have God's Spirit with you. It's like the feeling of injustice that you're experiencing is God. Is God. That's the same conviction these people are supposed to be feeling, but they don't, and that's why you're so angry. Like I said, your retaliation is so minuscule in terms of the consequence that it has, in terms of let God do it, because his shakes up their whole entire world. Vengeance is the Lord's. So it seems like somebody did you gross, like nasty. Or you did someone gross and nasty. But like I said, vengeance is the Lord. Alright, Sag, that's been your reading. Thank you for being here. like, share, subscribe. If you're interested in any of my artwork, links are in the description box. If you're interested in a personal reading, links are in the description box. If you're interested in birth chart interpretation, links are in the description box. All right, now, until next time, Sag, get it together here. All right, much love. Bye.